Hello, my name is Carla Knitter. I am an editor of the trade journal BFT International and publisher of our annual book Betonbauteile. Betonbauteile is a reference book about extraordinary projects, aesthetics, and technology with precast concrete elements. It consists of 4 chapters: architecture, construction, infrastructure, and landscaping. It is a testimony to the universal applicability of precast concrete elements and a source of inspiration for architects. The latest yearbook is already in its 72nd year and was published with the subline Sustainability and Future Viability. I am delighted to be able to present 4 very special projects with prefabricated concrete components from the yearbook to you today. First of all, I would like to introduce you the BIA headquarters in the middle of the desert of the United Arab Emirates. You can see it here on this picture. Impressive, isn't it? The headquarters of the environmental and recycling company BIA, which was founded in 2007, measures 9,000 square meters. The architecture was designed by Zaha Hadid Architects, and this was also the last project that Zaha Hadid herself was involved in before she passed away. The particular challenge of the project was the extreme climatic conditions. For example, desert wind, sandstorms, 42 degrees. And that brings us to the main reason why precast concrete elements were used in the construction. The primary building material is concrete because it is robust and erosion resistant. The whole building can be understood as an interlocking of form and function. The form represents a dune that blends into its surroundings. It consists of glass fiber reinforced concrete elements. And this is how Panos Papanestesis, this is the project manager of the Happold office in London, which was responsible for the structural analysis of the project, described it. If you look at the building from above, the outer concrete facade is a kind of protective shield against the elements, for example, sun and wind, and so on. And I think he is right. The design and execution in concrete form a thermal barrier that prevents heat and UV radiation from penetrating inside the building. Concrete was therefore the ideal material to ensure design, buildability, and functionality, including sustainability. The prefabricated fiber-reinforced concrete roof covering are made of glass-reinforced concrete in a form of 2 meters by 2 meters panels. And the panels rest on a conventional steel construction. Retaining walls on the entrance facade are also made of reinforced concrete. The headquarters is a 2-story building. And one of its highlights and the tallest element is a 50-meter-high entrance hall, which represents the first 2 dunes. Here you can also see the reinforced concrete construction with a suspended ceiling made of glass-reinforced gypsum. It is pierced by artificially illuminated light prisms. The columns lean slightly outwards, so they are not exactly vertical. And here is the construction board for the project. To read for you. Okay, who of you knows this architectural masterpiece? It is a new construction of the Maria Ward School in Nuremberg. The school center for girls combines a primary school, a secondary school, and a grammar school. But that is of course not the reason why I am presenting the new building to you. The reason is the high quality architectural concrete facade. It was made from recycled material. H2M architects were responsible for the project. The brief for the external appearance was just as demanding as the structural implementation of the innovative learning concept within the building structure. The brief was to represent both the hard shell, soft core concept and the connection to the existing monastery in terms of materiality and color concept. For this reason, many different facade materials have been researched, compared, and tested. And the winner is, in the end, concrete was the material of choice. The main reason was that concrete is a material that best reflects the messages. The interplay between old and new, the clear lines, the self-confidence of the girls, and strength. However, it was not only the choice of material that took a lot of thought, but also the concrete mix. After many tests, the perfect combination was found, and a total of 2010 high-quality precast and post-concrete elements were produced. Hämmerlein Ingenieurbau was responsible for it. A special feature of the production, which took around 4 months, was the use of recycled material. The demolition clinker from the previous buildings was added to the concrete of the architectural precast concrete elements as an aggregate. A washed exposed concrete surface was chosen to make the demolished clinker bricks of the old facade visible. Parts of the old Mariawat school are not only incorporated into the new building for sustainability, they are also a reminder on what was, on the history of the school. The material is clearly visible on the surface of the facade today. And for you, dear listeners, the construction board for this project too. Our next project takes us to the Netherlands, to Amsterdam to be precise. It's a bicycle parking garage. The third project that I would like to present to you is the infrastructure project. Precast concrete elements were used here for an underwater parking garage for around 7,000 bicycles. The parking garage was built at Amsterdam Central Station and formed the base of a newly created small harbor basin. The ceiling supports of the submarine garage are made of precast concrete elements. The project is part of the major project The Entry. The architectural design and realization come from Max Bögel. A specific challenge was the requirement from the city of Amsterdam. The city requires that cyclists take a maximum of 6 minutes in the parking garage. This was ensured with comprehensive computer simulations. The parking garage is accessed via 3 parallel moving walkways and a central cascade of stairs. The design theme for the parking garage was that of a shell. I think you can see it here. The outer surface of the shell is very rough and elementary. In the interior is a light pearly white tone. The main entrance with the service center is the pearl of the shell. While the outer walls of the ceiling are made of in situ concrete, the 129 goblet-shaped ceiling supports of the submarine garage were prefabricated. And why? They were manufactured in Max Bögel's precast plant in Hamminkeln because a particularly smooth concrete surface was required. Steel formwork was specially formed for this purpose. Columns were produced using a standard concrete mix. The precast elements were carried out in wooden transport tracks by truck. A pearlescent coating was applied to the surface of the channel supports. Beautiful, right? The large-scale project, The Entry, including the associated bicycle parking garage, was awarded with the Amsterdam Architecture Prize, and also the construction board for this project. And here you can see one of my personal favorite projects from the yearbook. This is a new building for the Greifswald City Archive. The archive contains important written records on the history of the city. The previous archive in Arnstraße had become too small, so an open planning competition was held, which was won by Code Unique architects. The city archive can be interpreted as a kind of knowledge repository. The clear facade design is a reflection of the content. The building has 3 floors. In the first floor is the administration. This area is open to the public. It is designed with transparent and very inviting. You can see the eye-catching glass front. The second and third floor of the archive areas aren't open to the public. They have no daylight because this would be harmful and difficult to control climatically. The building is a landmark that complements the city skyline of Greifswald in a very special way. But now to the precast concrete elements on it. The facade is made of 121 precast elements in only 2 different standard element widths. The element heights vary more widely. The precast concrete elements wrap around the corners in an L shape to avoid a slice effect. The dark window frames are recessed so that the glass panels are mostly visible. The icing on the cake of materiality, the surface of the precast concrete elements. Acidifying the surfaces reveals the light-colored aggregate, which creates a terrazzo-like quality. The building is particularly impressive in terms of its sustainability. What is special here is the passive air conditioning. A technical air conditioning is largely dispensed with, instead of this, components activation and adjustable ventilation openings enable natural irregulation. The building is powered by a geothermal heat pump system. The energy for heating and cooling is provided by 10 probes, which are 99 meters deep in the ground. This ensures a uniform climate for the sensitive archive content. In summer, the heat is returned to the ground. A photovoltaic system provides additional power generation. For all these reasons, the building was certified silver according to the B&B quality standard. And the project team. So, let's summarize. Most people realize that prefabrication in the factory guarantees on-time delivery with fast assembly, thereby shortening the construction time and reducing costs. What not everyone realizes, prefabricated concrete elements offer immense design freedom for planners and for builders, of course. And they can make a major contribution to climate-neutral construction. And they can be so beautiful and so aesthetic. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you would like to enjoy more impressive projects with precast concrete elements, please use the link to order your Betonbauteile yearbook. The texts are only in German, I have to say this, but the pictures alone are worth ordering. And if you know another exciting project that you would like to suggest me for the next volume of our yearbook or the BFT International, please use the email address and write me an email. All the best for you. Thank you very much.